Just straight up, legit, no attempt to hide it. No attempt to hide the partisanship. Dude, Kash Patel is in fucking the Senate answering questions about Epstein and a Liverpool FC tie. He is shamefully incompetent to the point where not even Trump wants him around. Let's be serious. Yeah, I just don't. Am I crazy for just like never trusting a single number that's given out by a US official at this point? Dude, this guy hates answering questions. Dude, he thinks he's owning. He thinks he's so fucking awesome just throwing out these gay fucking politics jabs, doesn't he? Like these retarded like Biden jabs and shit. Bro, you suck. Right, maybe some of this Kash Patel stuff is the way to go. Kash Patel appeared in front of
the biggest fraud to ever
appeared in front of Congress or something. Senate committee.
You are the biggest.
It's about the Epstein stuff. So obviously it's Kash Patel, FBI director. Just total shameful fucking like hack. Just like useless fucking retard. To the point where you literally should not trust anything the FBI says at this point. Like, I would usually kind of mock someone for being just like totally dismissive of Western country intelligence agencies. But at this point, with Kash Patel, and I was watching Lonerbox's stream earlier, and he was showing like the loyalty tests they did for FBI hires. I don't know, maybe we should watch a video about that quickly. Like, yeah, let's show that quickly, because it's fucking crazy. Like, it's absurd how fucking corrupt the Trump admin is at this point. And it's so blatant. Like, zero attempt to hide it.
And a day when...
So, yeah, let's just skip to where... So, basically, they had these loyalty tests, these, interview, like, questionnaires for FBI jobs.
In the lawsuit like this, quote, Brian J. Driscoll Jr., Stephen J. Jensen, and Spencer L. Evans served this country with distinction and courage as special agents and senior officials at the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Over the course of their remarkable careers, they prevented terrorist attacks. They rescued American hostages. They saved children from predators, and they disabled violent street gangs. That is who they are. According to the lawsuit, the incoming FBI director, Kash Patel, quote, stated that his own job depended on the removal of the agents who worked on the cases against the president, regardless of whether the agents chose to work on those cases or not. The suit argues that Kash Patel's actions are a violation of the federal...
So step one is remove all agents that worked on Trump's cases. So if you were involved in the Mar-a-Lago documents case, you're gone. Just instantly. Right? It's so fucking crazy.
Law and of the United States Constitution, saying this, quote, Patel not only acted unlawfully, but deliberately chose to prioritize politicizing the FBI over protecting the American people. His decision to do so degraded the country's national security by firing 3 of the FBI's most experienced operational leaders, each of them experts in preventing terrorist attacks and reducing violent crimes. Joining our coverage, MSNBC senior investigative correspondent, Carol Leonnig. Carol Leonnig, that's the first time I've had the pleasure of introducing you that way. Let me first say welcome and thank you for saying yes. And let me ask you about this really serious reporting you have on what is the most serious kind of story we cover around here. And that is a lawsuit alleging a political purge atop the FBI.
Well, Nicole, first off, thank you for the warm welcome, which I've received so many places. And thank you for the they made to sort of stand in the way of a mass purge of FBI agents. And the payback that they received for that was for they themselves.
Yeah, so she explains some of the story here. I'm just skip to the questions. Obviously, shit's illegal as fuck because you're meant to, like, the FBI is meant to be impartial, but obviously there's no way to enforce any of it without the executive, so...
Cyber, terrorist, counterintelligence threats posed by China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, ISIS, Syria, and all their affiliates, porous borders, fentanyl, transnational gangs, cartels. Question 2, what are your thoughts on the structure of the FBI? Response 2, in order to constantly improve, any organization needs to evolve, and the FBI is no exception. Effective evolution with an improved or enhanced end state must be done with a measured and strategic approach. The FBI can be more efficient, nimble, and field-focused with a deep understanding of the nuanced complexities of each area of responsibility for each field office. Question 3, who did you vote for?
Dude, what an absurd question to be on your fucking FBI interview list. Who did you vote for? Just straight up, legit, no attempt to hide it. No attempt to hide the partisanship.
Response 3. Driscoll refused to answer this question and stated that it was an inappropriate question with Hatch Act implications. Question
so obviously Hatch Act is meant to protect against all this like partisanship and the misuse of fucking like federal shit for like partisan purposes, and yeah, it's like flagrant violation.
Do you agree that the FBI agents who stormed Mar-a-Lago, to include the rank and file, should be held accountable? Response 4, no. FBI personnel were doing their job in furtherance of court orders, legal warrants, and a properly predicated investigation. Question 5, what is of court orders, legal...
Do you agree that the FBI agents who stormed Mar-a-Lago, to include the rank and file, should be held accountable? What an absurd fucking question. Like, this is just like the most insane rot that I've seen in like just a like first world Western country institution. It's like so blatant, so obvious.
Legal warrants and a properly predicated investigation. Question 5, what are your thoughts on diversity, equity, and inclusion?
Like,
Response
dude,
5.
For the FBI, what do you think about DEI? What do you think about DEI? How do you feel about DEI? What do you think about wokeness?
Driscoll mentions that members of his own family were first-generation citizens and that he strongly believes in diversity and a diverse workforce that represents the people the FBI serves. He noted that he does not believe in promoting people for the sole reason of diversity and did not support diluting standards for the sake of diversity alone. Question 6, when did you start supporting President...
Yeah, so true. The irony of you having to answer this question in a negative way and then hand in your form to Kash Patel is fucking absurd.
Trump. Response 6, Driscoll refuses to answer this question. Question 7, have you voted for a Democrat in the last 5 elections? Response 7, Driscoll refused to answer this question. After the final question, the loyalty test interview ends. I don't know that I've, I don't know, what is it, 10 years of covering the Trump story, I don't know that that's ever been revealed as the actual ambition of a loyalty test atop the FBI. It's stunning.
Yeah, anyway, it's just like totally fucking crazy. It's so blatant. Should not trust anything that comes out of the FBI. It's completely fucking captured.
Fraud to ever sit in the United States Senate. You are a disgrace to this institution and an utter coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised that you continue to lie.
Send it to friends. Okay.
From your perch and put on a show so you can go raise money for your charade. You are a political buffoon at best. That rant of false information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
If you want to talk about
dividing this country,
it is my time.
I follow you on your social media posts that tear this country apart.
To address your falsehoods.
Oh,
you are an
you can try all
to the
you
division
want
in this country.
to not take responsibility for what you
had
have
your
said.
time.
Sir, you're
your
making
time.
Dude, what is this? Is dumb, sounds dumb. Is dumb, sounds dumb. Okay.
Mockery of this committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over.
You
the
know how
people
far
of New
we've
Jersey
come
tell me
since
what my
you
time is.
Senator,
You can't lecture me.
You can tell me my time's over.
You may be the charge of the
I'm
FBI,
not going anywhere.
but I am not afraid of you,
Mr. Chairman.
Not afraid.
That's a Liverpool FC tie. You're joking. You are joking. Dude, it is. Dude, Kash Patel is in fucking the Senate answering questions about Epstein and a Liverpool FC tie. I truly cannot fucking stand this guy. This is the most Indian motherfucker alive. So desperate to fit in with white people. It's crazy. Literally, like, mentally raped by the crown, wearing a fucking English football team tie. It's so crazy, man. It's so fucking crazy. I can't believe it. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. I truly... The Valhalla shit. This. Liverpool FC it's a British football team. It's like a Premier League football team. The idea that he's in the Senate wearing a Liverpool FC... Like, this guy's an American Indian. That sounds like Indian American. American Indian makes it sound like I'm talking about natives. Indian American in the Senate wearing a Liverpool FC tie, talking about Valhalla the other day. He is so culturally, like, raped. It's unbelievable. He is such just a fucking weirdo.
You may be the charge of the
I'm
FBI,
not going anywhere.
but I am not afraid of you.
Mr. Chairman.
Not afraid of you. You've disbanded entire task forces that stop election interference, foreign influence, public corruption. And who benefits from this? Well, corrupt people benefit from it. Criminals benefit from it. Vladimir Putin benefits from it. And it really makes me wonder.
I think Kash Patel had a prominent role in the January 6th tourism event. It's nuts that he runs the FBI now. Yeah, and he wrote like a children's book about Trump, right? I read like a Hanania article at some point about him.
Who you're looking out for. It makes me think we can't trust you as a nation. You swear to release the Epstein Files, but now you're
Dude,
withholding...
Hanania has been talking straight facts this week. I can't lie. I can't lie. Hanania has been talking sense on Twitter. It's pretty crazy.
The Epstein Files. You claim that you have a suspect in a serious assassination. Whoops, then you don't have a suspect. You know nothing about plans to remove FBI agents.
Yeah, Richard Banania, the self-hating Palestinian.
You're directly involved in those plans. In the words of an ex-FBI official, you are overseeing, and I quote, generational destruction of the nation's premier law enforcement agency. Mr. Patel, in just 8 months, you have assaulted the institutional integrity of the FBI. But I know FBI field agents. I've worked with them in Newark. No matter how truly bad you are, you can't undermine the legacy of agents who fight every day to keep us safe, but you can tarnish the integrity of the agency and undermine the agency's capacity. I believe you're failing as a leader, and that your failure does have serious implications for the safety and security of Americans and our families. We're more vulnerable to domestic and foreign attack because of your failures of leadership. I don't think you're fit to hand the bureau, but here's the thing, Mr. Patel. I think you're not going to be around long. I think this might be your last oversight hearing. Because as much as you supplicate yourself to
This might be facts. This might be facts.
will of Donald Trump and not the Constitution of the United States of America.
You are, you know, he's a total loyalist, sure, but he is shamefully incompetent. He is shamefully incompetent to the point where not even Trump wants him around. Let's be serious.
Donald Trump has shown us in his first term and in this term, he is not loyal to people like you. He will cut you loose. This may be the last time I have a hearing with you because I don't think you're long for your job. But I'm going to tell you this. I pray for you.
Dude.
I pray for you that you can step up and defend your oath, defend the Constitution, and do a much better job of defending this country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do you want to say anything?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but Booker just raped him.
That
Dude. A face of absolute defeat. I hate him, man. I actually fucking hate this guy. Look at his deranged, beady little eyes. Seriously, man. What a disgust. Man, I can't speak my mind.
rant of false information does not bring this country together.
Oh my God.
If you want to work on bringing this country...
Dude, actually, Cash, the one thing most of America can agree on from what I can tell right now is that you fucking suck, okay? I think you'll find across the aisle what Cory Booker just said probably lands.
Information. That rant of false information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
If
You're
you
gonna
want to
lecture
talk
me
about
dividing this country,
it is
I
my
follow
time.
you on your social media posts that
It is
tears
my
this country
time
apart.
to
There
address
should be a
your
unifying.
falsehoods.
Oh,
You are an
you can try
embarrassment
all
to the
you
division
want
in this
to
country.
not take
It is
responsibility
my time.
for what
You
you
had your
have said.
time.
Sir, you're
Your
making a
time is
mockery of this
over.
committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over.
You
The
know how
people
far
of New
we've
Jersey
come
tell me
since
what my
Utah?
time is.
Senator-
You can't lecture
Look at Cory fucking smirking. Look at that little smirk coming across his face, man.
tell me my time is over.
You
The
know how
people
far
of New
we've
Jersey
come
tell me
since
what my
Utah?
time is.
Senator-
You can't lecture me.
Dude, he's so smug.
My time is over.
You
The
know how
people
far
of New
we've
Jersey
come
tell me
since
what my
Utah?
time is.
Senator-
You can't lecture me.
You can tell me
Sir,
my
you
time's over?
You may be the charge of the
I'm not
FBI,
going anywhere.
but I am not afraid of you. sir.
Mr. Chairman,
Not afraid of you.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
Senator Booker, I announced at the beginning of this meeting that this back and forth, talking over each other doesn't work. And I said if that happened, I asked Patel not to respond, and I was going to give him some time after the senator's
Guys, I'm
time
telling you, they yearn for the crown. They yearn for the crown.
was up to respond. And that's, he has the privilege to do that uninterrupted.
Mr.
So
Chairman, one point of
go
order.
ahead, Mr.
I've
Patel.
watched him talk over us, and you've never once criticized him for us not even being able to get our questions out.
Well,
He has been rude and
and-
disrespectful to senator after senator.
And when the senators were not giving him a chance to answer, I didn't stop the senator either. Go ahead, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If the FBI, under my 7-month leadership, were failing this administration in this country, why do we have 23,000 violent felons arrested this year alone? A double increase from that time last year. Why is it that we have seized 6,000 weapons?
A 200, sorry, a 2 times increase from, so he didn't even say 2 times, a double. He couldn't remember how many times double is.
Why have we found 1,500 child predators and arrest them? Why have we 300 human traffickers in jail? Why have we found and identified 4,700 children? Why have we seen 1,600 kilograms of fentanyl enough to kill a third of the American public, a 25% increase alone from last year? 88,000 kilograms of cocaine seized, 7,000 kilograms of meth seized, and that's just on our criminal operations in summer heat. How is it possible that we are taking 8 kilograms off the streets of the cities in New Jersey and preventing the deaths of 607,000 people this year alone, a failure of the FBI and my leadership? How is it that we have counterintelligence arrests already this year exceeding the numbers from the entirety of last year? 33% increase in PRC, 83% in Russia, 60% in the CI.
Yeah, I
space
just don't.
everywhere.
Am I crazy for just like never trusting a single number that's given out by a U.S. official at this point?
It's to Iran, and we haven't even talked about CT, the southern border, the northern border.
Before Senator Cruz, I kind of feel like a broken record today.
You're testifying today that you played no role in the firing of even a single FBI agent for political retribution.
None for political retribution.
And if any FBI agent said you did, they would be lying. Is that your testimony?
I'm only speaking to my actions.
What's this sign?
Everybody-
All FBI employees will be protected against political retribution. Okay, it's a quote from Cash.
Said you did, they would be lying. Is that your testimony?
I'm only speaking to my actions. Everybody is allowed to make their allegations.
Oh,
I
no,
have
these are
not-
allegations against you.
And
So,
I'm-
Mr. Patel, if FBI, senior FBI agents or employees said that you were firing them for political retribution reasons because of the cases they were assigned, you're saying they would be lying. Is that your
Anyone that was
testimony?
terminated at the FBI was done so for failing to meet the standards, uphold their constitutional oath, and effectuate the mission.
Okay,
Well, by meet the standards.
so that's a no then. Those claims wouldn't be false because you didn't just say yeah those claims are false. That didn't happen. So that no, that's true, isn't it?
Are you talking about meet the standards of protecting the president under any circumstance?
No.
You also guaranteed Senator
You know, Cash
Blumenthal
does look like he's hearing
that every
voices or
FBI
some shit,
employee will
man.
be held to the same
The guy looks
absolute
deranged.
same standard. No one will be terminated for case assignments. Are you testifying today that you never terminated anyone at the FBI in whole or in part because of a prior case assignment?
No one at the FBI is terminated for case assignments alone.
Well, I'm asking about you, Mr. Patel. Did you, in whole or in part, terminate anyone at the FBI because they worked on the Trump investigation or because they worked on January 6th?
No one at the FBI has been terminated for case assignments alone.
Okay, you're saying alone.
He said in whole or in part. Did you hear the question, Cash?
Does that mean they were terminated in part because they were assigned to a January 6th case or assigned to the Mar-a-Lago case? You're being very precise here, Mr. Patel. You're saying alone. That means they were fired in part because they were assigned those cases. Is that your testimony?
Absolutely not. But if you want to keep
Okay,
putting words
well,
in my mouth,
then
go
let me
ahead.
ask you, let's strip away.
No, how about let's not do the, you don't keep putting words in my mouth, go ahead. At the Senate committee hearing, actually, please, Cash. Let's not do that at the Senate committee hearing, Cash. How about you answer the question instead? This guy's meant to be serving your country, by the way. Isn't that crazy?
Weigh the word alone. Did you terminate or participate in any discipline of any FBI employee in whole or in part because of their work on an investigation of Donald Trump or January 6th? Yes or no?
Any terminations at the FBI by employees.
No, I'm
since
asking you a very specific
And I'm
question.
going to answer the question, but you don't like the answer because it's the
No,
truth
I
and it guts
want
your
an answer to my
narrative.
question. I don't want an answer to someone else's question. So let me just be precise, and I ask for a yes or no answer. Did you ever terminate or discipline an FBI employee in whole or in part because they had been assigned or worked on an investigation
That's a
of
yes or
Donald
no
Trump on
question,
January
Mr.
6th?
Patel.
Yes or
FBI
no?
employees are only terminated
Yes
if
or
they
no?
fail
Yes
to
or no,
uphold their
Cash?
oaths of
Yes or no,
office
Cash?
duty
You're not
at
answering
the
my
end of
question.
Yes or no,
the-
Mr.
I
Patel?
don't have
answer
to
my
answer your
question.
question yes or no because you're setting up a trap so you can have a
No,
media
I'm not
narrative,
setting up a trap
and I'm not giving it to you.
unless it's true that you fired people.
People
in
have
whole
been
or in part
terminated at
because
the
they-
FBI who failed to uphold
they were
the
assigned
standards
to.
that the FBI requires them
Did you
to
tell?
uphold.
Did you tell anyone at the FBI that all FBI employees who they identified who had worked on cases against President Trump would be removed from their jobs? Did you tell that to someone at the FBI?
Say that I would remove people for case assignments?
That you would, that people that were identified as having worked on cases against President Trump would be removed from their jobs? Did you tell that to someone at the FBI?
People are not removed for
Just
case
answer my
assignments.
question.
Did you say
Just
that,
answer my
Cash?
question. Did you tell that to
People
someone?
are not removed for case
That's
No,
not the
no,
question.
you're not answering my question.
That's not the
And I would
question,
never
Cash.
tell
Patel,
anyone.
did you tell someone at the FBI that FBI employees identified as having worked on cases against President Trump would be
So, yeah, he
removed
totally said
from their
this.
jobs? Yes or no? Did you tell someone that?
I would never tell anyone
Oh.
at the FBI that they're being removed for basically their case assignments.
Okay, so anyone who had said that would be lying. Is that your testimony?
Anyone can say whatever they want.
No, I know.
Would
but
they
you're
be
saying
lying
were
if they
lying.
said that,
I'm telling you
Cash?
what I said.
Because this is in the complaint against you, Mr. Patel. So you're saying Mr. Driscoll and others are liars?
I'm not going to address the complaint in the ongoing
Okay, well then let me ask
litigation.
you, have you ever told anyone at the FBI that the FBI tried to put the president in jail and he hasn't forgotten it, and that your job depended?
Can the Trump stop bringing on these people who have the most annoying voices imaginable? First the health
Okay,
secretary
chill,
and now-
chill. Thank you for the $5. Thank you.
On the removal of agents who worked on cases against the president?
No.
Did you ever tell anyone that?
No.
Okay. Did you ever tell anyone that you knew these summary firings you were undertaking were illegal, likely illegal, and that you would be sued and later deposed? Did you ever tell anyone that?
No firings at the FBI or terminations. were
Yo, I'm
done
getting sued for
anything
this.
Other than justified
Okay.
Did you ever
cause.
tell anyone that, Mr.
No,
Patel, why don't you
no
answer my question?
terminations at the FBI.
He really
were
just went
ever
around
done
saying
in
this
my
shit,
tenure
huh?
For anything other than failing
Did you
to
ever tell
uphold
anyone
their
that,
oath of
Mr. Patel? You willing to
office
answer
or
the
their-
question?
The FBI.
I guess
I
you're
have
not willing to
answered
answer the
it.
question. So let me move on. Let me
Repeatedly.
move on to the Epstein Files. You said you're the most transparent FBI director in history, so I'm going to put you to the test.
Uh-huh.
In 2024, you were asked
I'd say he's
by Glenn Beck
transparent, just not quite in the way I think he's trying to portray.
about Epstein's Black Book. And you said, he asked, who has Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book? And you said, Black Book FBI. And he said, but who? That is, I mean theirs. And you said, oh, that's under the direct control of the director of the FBI. That's what you said. Was that true, Mr. Patel?
I'll rely on you quoting it accurately. I did that a couple
Was
of
it
years
true
ago.
what you represented to Mr. Beck and the president's supporters out there or were you lying? Were you,
Dude.
was it true?
The picture they used here. That's on the direct control of the director of the FBI. It's Cash looking like the biggest fucking sped guy.
True that the Black Book, Epstein's Black Book, was on.
That's on my
was in
direct
the possession
control.
of the FBI director.
The Black Book was in the possession of the FBI.
Holy
So
fuck.
now that you're the FBI director, you have possession of the Black Book, right?
That index has been released.
So you have Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book.
What is known as Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book has been released by us.
And you released it. And let me follow up on Senator
It was released
Kennedy's
before then,
question,
wasn't it?
Because he asked you, and I'll be very precise here. You've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself? And you said, himself. There's no credible information, none. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And Kennedy, the information we have, again, is limited. And Senator Kennedy said, the answer is no one. And you said, for the information we have. So is it your testimony today that in all the Epstein files, that Jeffrey Epstein trafficked no one to anyone but himself? Is that your testimony, Mr.
I never
Patel?
said Jeffrey Epstein didn't traffic anyone else.
Did he traffic any young woman to someone other than himself? That was Mr. Kennedy's question,
And I
Senator Kennedy's
said
question.
the information that 3 administrations have had access to
I'm
have
asking
made
you-
determinations that there are no investigative leads that were credible to prosecute and investigate any others. I'm
Well,
specifically
I'm asking
stating
you whether
we
it's
were
your
working on.
testimony today.
Well, you just read
that
it, and I said it 10 minutes ago, so let the record reflect my
I
testimony.
just want to make sure there's no misunderstanding.
Dude, this guy
because there are
hates answering
victims
questions.
like Virginia Guifer who have testified otherwise, who have said otherwise, and you're telling the American people today that the Epstein list is a single name and it's Jeffrey Epstein. That's what we're to believe?
That's not what I'm saying. That's what you're saying, and
Well,
you
let
can
me-
say
let me
whatever
ask
you
Let me
want.
ask you this. When
Well, what are you
Todd
saying
Blanche
then,
went
Cash?
to interview Ghislaine Maxwell, she said, but did I think these guys were coming for that? I really don't. If you met Epstein, there's no way that this cast of characters, of which it's extraordinary, and some are in your cabinet, who you value as your co-workers, and you know would be with him if he was a creep or because they wanted sexual favors. A man wants sexual favors, he will find that. They didn't have to come to Epstein for that. And the next question Todd Blanche, the president's former criminal defense lawyer, asked is not who in the cabinet, who are you referring to? His question is, so when's the last time you think you were with Mr. Epstein when he got a massage? So let me ask you, who are those cabinet members that Ghislaine Maxwell was referring to that, that were part of this cast of characters associated with Mr. Epstein? Who are they?
The Deputy Attorney General took the aggressive step that no one else did and interviewed Miss Maxwell for
I'm
2
asking you,
days,
who are
and
the
we
ca-
released
who are
the
the cabinet
entirety
members?
of that
Who are the cabinet
transcript.
members?
I do not have that transcript in front of me. You're picking it piecemeal. The American
And-
public can
and
read the
let me
entirety
ask you
of that.
one last question, because you clearly won't tell us the
Yeah, I
cabinet
literally don't know
members
why you would ever trust
associated
any
with Mr.
transcript or
Epstein.
any
Let me
shit
ask
like
you
that he
one
says
last
to that.
question. And that is, right after she gives this testimony in front of an FBI agent, among others, she's transferred to a minimum security prison not suitable for a sex offender like herself. Who made that decision and why?
The Bureau of Prisons.
The Bureau of Decisions made it
The
in
prisons.
The Bureau of Prisons decided on their own, without any
Dude.
consultation with Blanche or anyone else.
Prisons! Dude.
The Bureau of Prisons.
The Bureau of Decisions made it in
Prisons.
The Bureau of Prisons decided on their own, without any consultation with Blanche or anyone else, that they were going to suddenly, after this interview, completely unrelated to this interview, completely unrelated to anything she said, move her to a prison not suitable for a sex offender. You want the American people to believe that? Do you think they're stupid?
No. I think the American people believe the truth, that I'm not in the weeds on the everyday movements of
you're not
inmates.
That's a federal document. If it's found they lied on those transcripts, that's probably jail time or something like that. Something high. Yeah, who enforces laws like that? Where does the power to enforce laws come from? Where does the power to enforce judgments from a court come from? Which branch of government is that power held by? It's not the legislature. It's not the judiciary.
What I am doing is protecting this country, providing historic reform, and combating the weaponization of intelligence by the likes of you. And we have countlessly proven you to be a liar in Russiagate, in January 6th. You are the biggest fraud to ever sit in the United States Senate. You are a disgrace to this institution and an utter coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised that you continue to lie from your perch and put on a show so you can go raise money for your charade. You are a political buffoon at best.
Well, you can take an internet troll.
Take it to the bank that the FBI is protecting this country and the state and citizens of California.
Total crash out.
Historic reform.
Oh my God.
But all you care about is a child sex predator that was prosecuted by a prior administration and the Obama Justice Department.
Whoa, Cash, what? Cash, he's a pedophile. That's like the worst thing you can possibly be. What do you mean you care about a child sex predator? Cash, what are you saying, Cash?
And the Biden Justice Department did squat. And what did President Trump do? Bring new charges courageously. And what have we done?
Chairman,
you said
take
I'm the
control
most
of this
transparent
situation.
FBI director in history. 33,000 pages of information to you. I challenge you to say anything credibly to the truth. Go ahead and run to the cameras where you want to go now.
Both of you be quiet.
Dude, do you think he's owning?
Can you point to any measurable enforcement results like arrests, not just arrests, but also prosecution?
Yeah.
Task force expansion.
When the pensioner starts saying they're putting the gift code into the iStore.
The United States Senate, you are a disgrace to this institution and an utter coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised that you continue to lie from your perch and put on a show so you can go raise money for your charade. You are a political buffoon at best.
Well, you can take an internet troll.
Take it to the bank that the FBI is protecting this country and the state and citizens of California. We are bringing historic reform. Point of order. But all you care about is a child sex predator that was prosecuted by a prior administration, and the Obama Justice Department and the Biden Justice Department did squat. And what did President Trump do? Bring new charges courageously. And what have we done?
Chairman,
you said
take
I'm the
control
most
of this
transparent
situation.
FBI director in history. 33,000 pages of information to you. I challenge you to say anything credibly to the truth. Go ahead and run to the cameras where you want to go now.
Both of you be quiet.
Can you point to any measurable enforcement results like arrests, not just arrests, but also prosecutions or task force expansions since you became director?
I'll get those to you, Senator.
Nothing you can share here today?
No, I'll get the full list.
Dude, what is this Daily Mail article? Charlie Kirk suspects disturbing secret kinks. Sickening cache of porn searches revealed. His pedophile friend and furry shades of gay game. Dude. Can we get a welfare check on Styler?
List to you.
You came unprepared today to respond to questions which you knew were important, going back to your confirmation hearing. Now, the Bureau has warned about the public safety threat posed by machine gun conversion devices.
Oh, you're so boring.
Automatic weapons to automatic ones. Can you?
This guy sucks.
Reference what resources you're dedicating to this threat?
Absolutely, Senator. Part of tracking ghost guns, as you alluded to, is having a sustainable database, which is hubbed out of our CGIS division in West Virginia. And we've allocated more resources so that FFLs can track and trace firearms that are stolen and make sure they don't get into the population. That's one of my.
I've also heard apparently there's some Ken Klippenstein article that's come out that's shown like more of Tyler's Discord logs. Apparently he's like a radical centrist or something. He's like actually just like libbed out Biden voter. Which is like really funny. It's like the funniest outcome.
that we don't want stolen weapons anywhere near anything.
But the numbers continue to go up as reported by federal licensees. Let me get to my next question on this topic. You previously stated that you hadn't reviewed Fix NICS, a federal law that improves reporting to the National Criminal Background Check System. 8 months into your job, what concrete steps have you taken to ensure that NICS records are complete, accurate, and timely?
That's actually a great question that we have dedicated a lot of resources to, again, at CJIS. The NICS system has been trying to get to 100% within 15 minutes.
Yeah,
We are
please
currently
just
at
get this guy's DGG username. Please, can we get this guy's DGG handle?
93%, with 87% of those being responsive. In
Yeah,
less
we
than
already
60
covered the
seconds, so we
Liverpool
got more
tie.
work.
I feel like, you know what I think might honestly be happening here? What do you think the chances are that he has a limited number of red ties, but wanted a red tie to, because he's like a Republican, he's like with the Republicans, but he doesn't have that many red ties, so he like, wore this one.
Think additional resources would be helpful in getting to 100%, or do you still argue that less resources are necessary to get from 93 to 100?
No, I just think we have to work on how fast our actual infrastructure processes these things.
On to a question about resources. The FBI's core mission is to counter terrorism, espionage, and major criminal threats.
Well, I don't know if he was a Biden voter, I guess. I can't remember how old he is, but he's got like Discord messages where they're talking about he's like pulling for Biden in the 2020 election on election night. Talking about like impeaching Trump and shit.
Recent large-scale reassignments to immigration enforcement or politically motivated investigations cause me concerns that other critical missions are being neglected. One example, in March of this year, you created a Tesla-related task force and diverted personnel from the domestic terrorism operations section to work on that task force. What risk analysis justified that decision, and do you still consider domestic violent terrorism to be a lower priority?
Any form of terrorism, domestic or international, is the highest priority at the FBI. And
But
when
why
you say
divert resources away from those missions?
I don't believe that's accurate. We did not divert resources away. When cars were exploding and people were being set on fire, I directed resources to address it.
Well, then I'll suggest in your
Destiny
follow-up
mentioned in the
and
House Oversight
it's more
Committee.
explicit in our questions for the record that you provide that accurate
you know,
information about.
I've already I'm sure, you know, at this point I've pissed off all of the segments of my audience that aren't on the right wavelength, but so I think everyone understands I am gonna have to full-throatedly defend Destiny if they start going after him. Like, it will have to be. That's the way it's gonna have to go.
The diversion of resources, because again, when I understand that you authorize large-scale agent reassignments from counterintelligence and cybercrime to not just immigration cases, but others, it has an impact on the other priorities like nation-state threats and ransomware investigations.
Did a whistleblower ever make a disclosure to Attorney General?
It's just, I said it. I said it ages ago. I said, what was it? It was when the Hassan airport thing happened. I think someone was like, oh yeah, well, you wouldn't do this with Destiny. You would just like celebrating you were thrown in jail. And I was like, no, if Destiny got targeted for a speech by the Trump admin, I would 100% support Destiny in that. I would absolutely be on the right side of that. So listen, I'm committed. I've been committed. I've accepted this was a possibility.
Indicating that the New York field office was withholding Epstein-related records.
I'm not familiar with that whistleblower.
You know that there was such a whistleblower?
I'm not familiar with that whistleblower.
In response to the blowback she received, Attorney General Bondi also pushed the FBI to review approximately 100,000.
I would vote for Trump's third term and fully switch sides if
An
Destiny gets locked
arbitrarily
up.
short
Okay,
deadline in
style.
March, and the FBI was directed to flag any documents that mentioned President Trump. Nothing came of that review until July, when DOJ and FBI released an unsigned memorandum stating there is no incriminating client list. Why was this July 7th memorandum unsigned?
Would you prefer I've used AutoPen?
Well, why was it
The
unsigned?
memorandum had the
They literally, he thinks he's so fucking awesome just throwing out these gay fucking politics jabs, isn't he? Like these retarded like Biden jabs and shit. Bro, you suck.
The insignia of the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and in our effort to secure transparency for the American people, because the 3 prior administrations had not done so, we conducted an exhaustive search of everything related to the Epstein cases.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sitting here praying to get Destiny on the pedophilia and not the speech.
Produced what was legally and permissibly able to be produced to Congress and the American public.
So
And
did
there's
you
a congressional subpoena, and we're continuing to do
You
so.
personally direct that investigation so that you would sign such a,
Did I personally direct what investigation?
of the Epstein records for any reference to President Trump?
Again, you are citing reporting that I think is baseless. We conducted an investigation of the Epstein case files pursuant to the direction of the President of the administration to provide all credible information, and we are working with Congress pursuant to a congressional subpoena to turn over all the documents we can.
Have you seen the Epstein Files?
I have not reviewed the entirety of it myself, but a good amount.
Would it be fair to say that Mr. Epstein trafficked young women, including, in some instances, minors, for sex to himself?
That was specifically the allegations in the 2018 indictment in the Southern District of New York.
Okay. Who else did he traffic these young women to?
In terms of what the investigation, again, going back to 2008, Mr. Acosta, who limited the investigation and limited the search warrants and limited the parameters of the investigation, the only thing we are able to speak to publicly, because he was given a non-prosecution agreement by Mr. Acosta, is that first time period from, I believe, don't quote me on this, 97 to 2001-ish. And then when the Trump administration courageously reopened it.
Excuse me for interrupting, but I'm going to run out of time. You've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
Himself. There is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
Wow. Epstein was just a shy hipster, guys. The pedophilia stuff's all made up, okay? That's the real red pill, is realizing that Epstein was just a shy hipster. They'll do anything to get rid of a guy like that.